Yes, hello. As the whole world is going digital, TMC brings you Gano Mazima, an online radio straight on your smartphone with easy access to sign up and log in, record your favorite show when it's live, and listen to your recorded shows during your free time. With a very easy to use navigation system designed for you, enjoy the new digital experience. Download now from the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. Gano Mazima, all day entertainment.
Yes, alright. Tubaniriza mwena abatulaba waneno ku Deep Dive Show Shafik Divorce wamu ne omwami Case Juma Luwa ku kamera. Baniriza mwena wano ku TMC Sabula nga tuli mu Deep Dive Show. Olwaleero tuzze waneno ku Kai's Collection nga tugenda okubeera nga tukola interview oba nga tugenda okumanya ku mwami gwe bayita Abbas Kaichuka oba abasinga gwe bamanyi nga Kais. Mr. Abbas, Kyebalekosi. Nsabisa okusanga olwaleero. Abatulaba olwaleero nga baagala bamanye Abbas yani.
Basically nze ndi Abbas Kaichuka, nze CEO wa Kai's Divo Collection, ndi fashion designer and a celebrity stylist. Yeah.
Celebrity stylist. Tukulabye ozenga okola ebintu bingi. Odi fashion designer oyambaza abantu bangi ab'enjawulo ba celebrities ku events ez'enjawulo. Before all this, soke tuddeyo nga tonnafuuka CEO Kai's Divo. Nga you this as a normal child otandika obulamu bwo obw'ekivubuka. How was it?
It was a normal childhood. Omuntu yenna omwana omuto nagenda mu ssomero n'ensoma, nimala okusoma ku Makerere ku MOOCs, n'ensoma Human Resource Management, ninoonya omulimu, nefuna omulimu n'entandika okukola mu company bagiyita GLZ. It's a German company. Then collect for almost 2 years, and then one day I just woke up and decided to quit my job and chase my dream. So, because I had always wanted to do fashion, I always wanted to make my own clothes, but what was stopping me was that woman. My parents that we are Uganda, Africa. You can't tell them that you want to study fashion. What you take here? Remember that doctor, So I had to study and finish for my parents' case. So but still my passion has always been fashion. So I cannot live my life like this. Fully I'm really happy, I'm not fulfilled. It's something I love, it's something I have passion about.
Yeah.
So I'm reading So I just woke up one day, I made a decision to quit my job and start to chase my career.
All right. Unga ogambye you again and also because I think to also fashion. Did you go back then and also fashion?
Study fashion. Everything about fashion I've taught myself. Fashion from the internet, all these platforms as a media, from people who inspire me, so I've practically taught everything myself. But this person who is very I'll find all means to make sure I get everything that I need for it, or all the information that I need. And with this era that we are in, you can get everything you need from the internet.
Right.
So I taught myself slowly by slowly. The fact that I had passion for it, I had learned a few things with years. Nali ngalinda taking a notes of different things in terms of fashion. So I already had a clue, but I didn't know how to start, where to begin from, what to do. Yeah.
These things of tailoring, ebintu ebyokutunga obitandika otya challenge ekiyiga otya?
Ngaba Bambi, I have taught everything myself. From scratch, I've been teaching myself. I never went to any school to learn.
Like, because some people, when you go through their story, in Okamba, maybe so I had a friend.
No, not really. I didn't actually. When I quit my job, I didn't know where to begin from because I didn't have any connection with anyone in fashion. I didn't know anyone. I don't even know what we saw up to for me to focus on this passion and chase it, I have to quit this job and focus mainly on this. So when I quit, I found means of me getting into the fashion industry, but there was no path. There was no way through.
No,
So what came in my mind with my few savings I had made, I decided to go to China and buy clothes and come and sell them. Because I used to have a lot of friends who would like what I was wearing. Some of them would buy what I've already put on. And they buy them from me. So they would ask me, where do you get this stuff? You should bring us stuff, that kind of thing. So I was like, if I go and bring these people things, they'll buy them, I didn't even look at having a shop. I just wanted to go, bring things and sell them.
Then you sell to your friends.
Yes, and that's what exactly I came up with and went straight. I brought clothes. So I started selling them to my friends.
In China, you were going and you used to buy the already
ready-made clothes. I used to go buy the ready-made clothes and come and sell them to my friends. So slowly by slowly, I kept on selling those clothes. I started by selling men's clothes. Then I ended also selling women's clothes. Story like that. So in that long run of me selling the clothes, because I had some people who had started buying things from me and they had like boutiques and all those things. I had a friend who had a boutique and she gave me the opportunity of me buying for her the things and then I just bring the stock for her. And so that helped me to increase on my capital. So in that whole saga of me bringing clothes, there was this Abrams fashion show, and then she told me, "Do you think we can do this? Let's try this Abrams fashion show. Maybe we could get clients there. This is where you know how to put up things. We'll come up with something that is interesting that people would like." So na applying that to the Abrams fashion show. Because there's a fee supposed to be paid, and that's a sula. So we went and did a show. So after that show, or during that whole period of that show, I met a few people in the fashion industry. I met some models, I met some designers, I met some other fashion people, and most of them liked what I was doing. They liked the clothes, So in that process of me meeting them, I was getting some mutual advice from some of them. Because I asked them, how is it going? So they would tell me,
how is the field going? Because they are experienced about it.
Exactly. Yeah. So after that event, I had a friend. One of the models was called Shema Hussein. He's my friend. He's an actor. Yeah. So after a few days, he calls me and says, "There's a photo shoot, but it's going to be done by the hostel series."
Yeah, no, series.
So, and they need someone to style them. At that point, I didn't even know what styling was. I was still figuring out things. I didn't know what's supposed to be done and all that. So I'm like, anyway, I know how to put up clothes, so what is stopping me? I'll just go.
Just go.
Dress them up and
Right.
I just got things, all my clothes that I had that I had seen some of the characters on screen, so I could tell most of them their sizes. I didn't even measure them. Just took the clothes, put them in the car, and left and went to set. I reached there, I styled them for the photo shoot. Everyone loved it. So after that, I think the producers called me after a few days and they wanted me to dress up the hostel for the whole series. Oh, I was like, wow, this is interesting. So at this point, I was like, it was interesting to me because like I can bring my clothes, dress people, they do whatever they're doing, whether it's a photo shoot or they're shooting a video, what then they bring back my clothes again, sell them. I was like, oh, this works for me.
How did you feel to get that mega deal when you just started?
Yeah, it was really like it was really interesting. At that point, I didn't know what is even going on. I was like, okay, yeah, I can try this. I didn't know like what it was going to impact or how it was going to go. I was just trying to figure out how to make all this work. So in that whole process, when they told me how to dress the hostel, I made a lot of research about dressing people, styling, fashion. I kept on searching. I kept on learning a few things like that. So I do the hostel. After a few weeks, they start airing the series. And then in our contract, they're supposed to be giving me some credits. They're paying some amount of money, but they're also giving me some credits.
Yeah.
So in those credits, my name used to pop up. So people would ask, who's this guy, something like that. So in that whole process, I would have to go with some models, need to dress them for photo shoots. If I know it, some few artists were coming, Bambaze for their video shoots. Pola, but just so in that whole, I'm still figuring that I'm making a lot of research. I'm trying to do some photo shoots to put up a page for myself on Facebook. I think I was not even on Instagram at that time. I started putting up some photo shoots. I put some content on my Facebook. People started looking for me. This guy sells clothes.
Which year was that?
That is 2016.
2016.
Yeah. So in that, actually, I started like 2015, end of 2015. So now 2016, I'm getting into the whole
thing.
Yes,
getting the clients.
Yeah, so they're coming in, styling what. Then I would go buy my clothes in China, bring them, sell them, style people, that kind of thing. So I think my very first big artist that contacted me to dress them was Just Eddie. So Just Eddie contacts me to dress them for his video. Well, it's called Luamulu. Yeah. So I dressed him up for that video, and everyone loved it. So before I knew it, like some other artists were calling me, like Chosen Blood. Before I knew it, which other artists came there after? After that whole, how now I'm getting into the whole situation. Then I think I was called to dress Shiba for Nadawa and Chosen Blood. That was a breaking point because like it went
viral.
Yeah, yes. So after dressing him for that video, then I started getting around people, the Spice Diana, Lydia Jasmine, Winnie Nwaji, Irene Talley. What? Started coming. Yes.
By that time, had you already started this case?
Yes. Immediately. I started styling the hostel. I had figured out a name. I started. I opened
so you
up
decided to run off from the other lady whom we were using to share your clothes.
No. I used to just buy for her clothes. It's not like I was.
It wasn't like you in partnership.
No,
it was just a business.
Just business. Buying for her clothes for her shop. That was to sell to her. She gives me money. So it was nothing like a partnership. So when we were doing the show, she wanted me to be involved because she wanted us to make like a very good show of our clothes that we are selling so that we can get clients. So, the artists started calling, every artist started calling me to dress them. So the thing started growing so fast like that. I've made a lot of research, started making a lot of photo shoots to make like content for myself. Yeah, but remember at this point, I have not really started my dream. My dream was to be a fashion designer. My dream was to make my own clothes. But at this point, because I'm in the industry, I know most of the people now, but
You are selling already
I'm
made.
still selling already made. I don't know how to start a fashion house. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know the right things I'm supposed to follow. I didn't know what I'm supposed. There's a lot of question marks.
Yeah, I understand.
So, but my vision was I need to, and usually when I was making a lot of that research, I found out that when you're a fashion stylist, it's usually hard for you to transition to being a fashion designer, because I saw that even the fashion stylists that were abroad in the US, in the UK, usually when you're a fashion stylist, it's usually hard for you to transition to being a fashion designer.
Oh, so it's totally different from fashion stylist to fashion designer.
Yes. Stylists, you're just collecting clothes and putting them together on someone. But fashion designer, you are literally making everything from scratch to bring out an outfit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, so there was that. I'm like, I'm already a fashion designer. Because into the year, I was actually nominated for the Ebbeyi fashion awards. And I actually took the award.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, now I'm at that point of like, how do I transition to being a designer? Because this is my dream.
To be a designer.
Yeah. So I started finding ways of how I should make it to be major, whereby everyone will recognize me as a designer. Because I didn't want to still be just a stylist. I wanted to be the designer, because that was my dream. So what I came up with was like, the main thing that I need to do is to make a show on a very big platform, probably a fashion show that is major, that everyone will see my work and they will know definitely this guy is a designer. So I had tried, end of the year 2016, I tried applying to the Swahili Fashion Week. It's the biggest fashion show in East Africa. They didn't respond to me. Wow. So I was like, okay, cool. So comes 2017. I don't know where they saw my work. I don't know what happened, but I got an email from them and they were asking me, do you still want to showcase at Swahili Fashion Week? I was like, what? I couldn't even believe it. I was like, it took me like 3 days for me to take it to know that they had called me to go and showcase at Swahili Fashion Week.
It's not maybe a lost SMS from
Yes, it was an email. I was like, maybe it's... it took me 3 days for me to really like believe that they had called me. So finally, when I put my mind together and I was like, yeah, this is happening. Remember at that point, I don't have a workshop, I don't have any tailor, I have totally nothing. I'm on zero. But I have a fashion week that is supposed to happen in 2 weeks.
Wow.
I said, now what do I do? I cannot miss this opportunity. So I started putting my head together. I made some sketches I came up with a collection. I started looking for people who are going to tailor for me. You know how those tailors, I used to go downtown where they tailor for me, they make mistakes, I repeat, I buy fabric again, and then they take long to do something. I have to sit there and show them exactly how I want it to be. It was a hassle. But finally, I got to be done with a few of my pieces. Of course, I was still sewing pieces even up to the last minute that I was supposed to leave. So, I get the opportunity. I go to Dar es Salaam. That's where the show happens, the Swahili Fashion Week. I go there. Yeah, it's usually a 3 days event. I was supposed to be showcasing on the second day. So I go for the first day. I saw what other designers were showcasing. I was like, wow. I was like, what am I doing here? Huh? I was
like you've
so
done nothing.
scared. I was so scared. I was like, my God, what do I do? But like, I'm here. I have to do it. So I wait for my day. Second day comes. The time reaches for me to showcase. I bring out my collection, and everyone was stunned. Everyone was like, wow. After the show, everyone was like, you mean this is your first time? I was like, yes. Everyone could not believe it was my first time. So that gave me a lot of courage. I was so happy. And then, of course, like, it went so viral, like, even here. By the time I came back, it was everywhere in the newspapers. Like, all the newspapers, New Vision, Monitor, Bouquet Day, they wrote me everywhere. The fashion stylist and interior designer, Swahili Fashion Week, what. It was like a big buzz for me.
Yeah.
So when I came back like this, it was so self-explanatory. I didn't even have to say anything. Everyone knew now this is a designer. So I reached here, I opened up my workshop, I got a few tailors, got a few machines, started working as a designer. And of course, jobs were coming in because everyone had seen me in the papers and all those things. And of course, more artists were coming for me to dress them. Now, I decided I've turned into a designer. I don't need to start to continue going to China to bring clothes, because that would contradict what I'm doing, I'm trying to market myself as a designer. Then, of course, now I stopped bringing all these clothes that I was bringing from China.
So you were to make your own.
To make my own clothes, because now I'm now reaching my dream. I had always wanted to make my own clothes, so now I've got the opportunity. Everyone now has known me as a fashion designer, so this is what I have to do. I have to stop bringing new clothes from China. So I close that chapter and I focus on me making clothes for people. So in that whole period, after a few months, I get also another call from Men's Fashion Week Nigeria, and they wanted me to showcase at the Men's Fashion
in Nigeria.
Yes.
Let me ask you just a simple question. Like, where do you get all these designing pieces? Like from the scratch? Do you see them somewhere? Get them from your mind? You sit down, then you think about maybe try to do something like this. Where do you get the design from?
Like any creative would know that when you have something in your mind, or if you have a vision of something, you always want to put it down. So it's something that comes to you. It's just your creativity. How do I bring out my talent? How do I bring out my skills for people to see? So that's when you sit down and come up with a sketch of something that you want, and then you start making it. It can be inspired by anything. I can even just look at a butterfly and it inspires me. I can even just look at the sunrise, the sunset, and I'm inspired, and I'm looking at a certain outfit. Like, anything can inspire me, So you start thinking of something you can make out of that inspiration.
All right. Now you are now nominated to Nigeria.
Yeah, they called me to do a showcase there. So yeah, at this time I had time. I had about a month. So I prepare myself and I go to Nigeria. So when I go to Nigeria, I did my showcase and it went so well. Everyone was so amazed. They're like, wow, are you from Uganda? Wow, this is very great and all that. And of course, like I had told you, it still created a lot of buzz for me here in Uganda. It was in the papers, or the bloggers wrote about it, or the fashion pages were writing about it. So still that also went so big for me. So from there, I started getting other shows that were coming from Ghana, from Kenya, and all these other places started calling me Rwanda where to go and do those showcases. And then I started getting nominated. I think the next nomination that I got was still from Swahili Fashion Week. They could nominate him as a designer, this fashion designer of the year. Then I started getting nominations from Nigeria. I started getting nominations from Ghana and all these other places.
Of course. Okay, because I've seen many of the awards you have been taking or you've been winning. Most of them are from Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria mostly because there is Ghana, Accra. Then,
some are from Nigeria, some are from here, from Kenya, from Tanzania, from all over Africa. I've gotten like a lot of awards.
Yeah, because I saw like you took the Best African Fashion Design of 2022.
Yeah,
that is in Ghana.
That was in Accra. Yeah.
Oh wow! How was it? How did you feel to be like selected for the best?
Of course, it's amazing. It's always great for someone to recognize what you're doing or someone to appreciate what you're doing. It's always amazing. It gives you a lot of encouragement, a lot of energy. Yeah, you keep pushing because at least people are appreciating what you're doing. Yeah.
All right. As we're winding up, what are some of your most happiest time or moments you have had since you started this fashion?
I would say the happiest moments are when my mom tells me I'm very proud of you. Oh, that's one of the happiest moments I get. And then another thing is when I do a show and at the end everyone is clapping, people are standing up and they're appreciating what I have presented. That makes me very, very happy. Yeah.
All right. Most of the fashion designers, like, they get challenges with these artists taking the clothes, not paying back, not paying in time. Some clothes are destroyed or damaged during the showcase. How is it doing?
It's just comes from how you handle your client. Because if I have a rule that you're coming to hire an outfit from me and you have to bring it back, it should be respected, So I don't expect you to take the outfit and then stay with it. Or you take the outfit and don't want to pay, So all those things happen because people are being manipulated. So you need to set your standards as a stylist or fashion designer. Like someone should know exactly what you present. Yeah. If I'm giving you an outfit for a show, I'm supposed to return it back, it should be that way. So if someone disrespects you in that way, then I don't work with you again. So next time they come, or any person comes, they will know what you stand for. So that's why you see that most of these people are being manipulated because they don't have a stand, they don't have standards, they don't have, and then,
all right. What happens to these clothes? Because, like, if an artist takes the clothes, then maybe she or he has hired it, then performs in it, maybe on a big concert, returns it. Does she buy it, like?
It depends. There are clothes that artists wear that you cannot use again because they're artists, they cannot repeat clothes. And then there are other clothes that they'll use that you can still use again or sell them to someone else. Yeah, but there's some clothes which are outstanding. If it's like someone's costume for their concert, you can't use it again.
That means you have to sell it to her or him.
Whatever agreement you have, it's different. As a person dressing the artist, you should have an agreement whereby
I come to perform, but I don't want to sell my attire.
It covers what you need, so for you to keep it for them or for them to keep it, because not all artists hire. Some of them buy the clothes. Yeah. So not all of them hire. So there are clothes specifically that they buy and there are clothes that they can't have because it's just gonna fill their closets because they wear like one artist can wear 3 outfits a day. As a show, as a meeting, as a what, that kind of thing. So
Okay. What are some of the challenges have you faced?
challenges for now, I would not say I have a lot of challenges, but what I would say that the challenge that we face in the fashion industry is that we have little support by the government, which we need because the fashion industry is growing and it's a very, very rich industry that can employ a lot of people.
Yeah, right.
So I am thinking if the government was supporting the fashion industry, a lot of unemployed people would be able to join the industry and people would have some jobs, But some of them can't because they need that push. The government putting money to teach people how to tailor clothes, how to do all these different fashion things. People will be out of the streets, many of them. So maybe another challenge would be that we're facing here in Uganda is fabrics.
Deep dive show.
All right. Okay. So Abbas, my final question: have you tried as a fashion designers and stylists in Uganda, like to gather together and create like an
There was a time that designers were trying to come up together, but I don't know what happened. Like it was not successful. Yeah. So I think we need to gather and come up with like a union or work out something that where we can work all together and maybe share our problems and see what we need to solve some of these problems and how to put the fashion industry on another level that is needed. Yeah, but most of the people are really like everyone is apart. So sometimes it becomes hard when people are not supporting each other because some people are rival to others. So I think we all need to come together and support each other and see way forward and how we can improve our fashion industry or what we need to create for us to get to another level.
so before that means before the government, the problem is like you as the designers. It has become hard for you to make an
People have
association.
made some moves with the government to try and help in the fashion industry. Yeah, but still, government Uganda is not that supportive. But still, even us as designers, we can come up with something. The government is not supporting us. We can support each other. We can find means of supporting our projects if we decide to come up with a project that we want to do. We can find a way of finding means to support it and make it stand and maybe make a difference in the fashion industry.
Because what I heard that if you are willing or government, you're willing the government to give you any support, you have to be with at least an association which can govern you. What's making them hard?
That's very true, but like I have told you, we are not. People are not supporting each other. People are not getting together for us to build something together. So it's still a problem. So us as people, us as designers, are the problem. So once we get it into our heads that we need to get together for us to grow, then yeah.
All right, as we're finishing out the program, let's wind up with giving the youth that message, encouraging one to the youth.
Me, if I'm to give any message to the youth, would be don't give up. Let nobody ever stop you to chase your dream. And if you have a dream, if you have a passion for something, please go for it. When it's still early, don't wait for anything because most people keep saying, "Let me wait. Maybe when I get money, I'll." Sometimes you don't have to have money for you to start up something. If you want to be a designer, if you want to be a tailor or anything, just start with what you have. You can even start by getting a needle and thread and sewing your clothes with a needle and thread. Then maybe if you can afford a machine, there are machines of even up to 150,000, 200,000. Start with that. That's one outfit that you make. Is what is going to bring you the second client. Before you need to have 3, before you need to have 10, before you need to have a lot of clients. So begin with what you have. Don't wait for anyone to push you. Don't wait for you to reach a certain edge or what. Like, if you feel this is what you want to do, this is your passion, this is your dream, please chase it immediately. Don't wait for anything.
Alright, thank you so much, Mr. Abbas. Yeah, atulaba olwaleero wano ku TMC Sabula Deep Dive Show tubadde ne Mr. Kaijuka Abbas era nga ye CEO wa Case Divo Fashion oba Collections. Nkwebaza okuba nga obadde osigadde kyatulaba, nkusaba osubscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, ate obeere nga otuusa abalala abatasobodde kifuukako basobole okuba nga beeyongerako, sobole obeera nga tuba encouraging okubeera nga ate at least babeerako n'ekyo kye baachivinga mu bulamu bwabwe, abaweddemu essuubi, ababeera bali awo nga waliwo amusindiikirize bagamba no tojja kibeera, tojja kukola kino. Yeah, alright, nga nsigadde nze Shafik Divorce of Deep Dive Show. Asana, thank you for viewing.
Yes, hello. As the whole world is going digital, TMC brings you Gano Mazima, an online radio straight on your smartphone with easy access to sign up and log in, record your favorite show when it's live, and listen to your recorded shows during your free time. With a very easy to use navigation system designed for you, enjoy the new digital experience. Download now from the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. Gano Mazima, all day entertainment.